What's up, everyone? It's Will and Dean. I'm here with Jeffrey from Only Talk Sports to talk some college football. And the first topic that everyone's talking about right now, everyone's dunking on them. It's Penn State. Like everyone's just burying Penn State in their embarrassment that's going on right now. And me and Jeffrey both have some thoughts on it, but Jeffrey, you can go first.
Well, I mean, I will say that I slightly agree with your point that, firing James Franklin in and of itself was not necessarily a bad move. It's just the fact that they have literally no options. Now, I slightly agree with that. I also slightly disagree because I still think they shouldn't have fired James Franklin at all. I'm not defending him out or saying he's, worthy of being Penn State's coach, but there's a lot of other programs that currently have coaches employed that have done a lot worse than James Franklin at a pretty big school. He still won a lot of games. He still got him to the playoff. But again, I understand why they fired him. I understand it. But if you literally, like, when you fire a coach, you need to have an option. Like, a lot of times it's kind of nice to say, because look at all these players. They're committed to schools, right? And then other schools are contacting them. Hey, you going to come over here? Well, that's kind of what Penn State needed to do. Instead of just firing James Franklin because they got all in a hissy fit over losing to UCLA, what they should have done was call people. And if somebody like Kurt Cignetti, which again, thank goodness Kurt Cignetti's not Lane Kiffin, but if Kurt Cignetti was like, yeah, I'll go to Penn State, then yeah, it would have made sense to fire James Franklin and then they get Kurt Cignetti or something like that. Which I know that some people probably push back on me and say, well, hey, maybe they did, and that person like reneged, right? Backed off. But at the same time, I don't know, dude. Like Penn State clearly did not know what the heck they were doing, and the more that this is surfacing with their AD and all this other crap, it ain't looking good. Like a complete mess and a complete disaster. That's even worse than LSU even getting the governor involved. Obviously, like LSU, they got the villain, right? They got Lane. But Penn State's got no options. They got nobody. Like you couldn't even get Kalani Satake.
That Mormon money, man. That Mormon money.
Kalani Satake got the Mormon money and
crumble cookie.
Also, he's a good fit for the university, I think, faith-wise. I don't try to get that stuff, but that's why a lot of people thought maybe Mark Pope would stay at BYU, but Kentucky was his alma mater, so it was enough to lure him away. But BYU is a perfect fit for him in basketball. But Satake's a good fit at BYU football, but like you said, crumble and that other thing. Yeah, those CEOs, those guys.
Did you see at Virginia Tech's like signing day event? James Franklin bought crumble cookies for the media as a slight at Penn State.
Oh my gosh, that's good. That is good. Mm-hmm. Oh man, I don't know though, man. To me though, like if you're Penn State and you did not have a guy lined up, then you should not have fired Franklin. And I mean, I guess you could say in their defense, these other teams had not fired their coach yet. So, they thought maybe they'd have a bigger candidate pool. I don't know. But the thing is that once LSU opened and Florida opened, jobs open, they were cooked. I mean, like, who's there? I haven't looked at the betting odds, but who's the favorite now that's
Brian Dable from the New York Giants is the betting favorite right now.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's a fall from Kurt Cignetti, I would say. I don't know, man. I don't like that. I mean, they tried Heupel, man. They tried Heupel. They tried Satake. They've tried Cignetti. They tried Kiffin, DeBoer, they claim. All these dudes. Like Chesney. I don't know how serious that was.
Well, the thing is about Chesney is they didn't ask him before UCLA, and he said he would have took the Penn State job if they would have actually valued him as a coach, but they had him as the last second option, and he's like, no, man, screw you.
Well, you know why they had him as a last second option? Because they didn't want a guy who was a group of five. Yeah, they wanted a big time coach, right? I mean, Bean says right here, it just cracks me up. Like, I don't know. Bean is always good at firing me up. So I don't know if he's literally meaning this or if it's just a joke. But Penn State had Cignetti lined up. No, they didn't, because they didn't get. And the thing is, what really cracks me up, Will, is the fact that a Penn State fan wrote me on Twitter about a week ago. And they told me in 2021, if we had fired James Franklin then instead of giving him that extension, we could have got Curt Cignetti then. And I wrote back and I said, Penn State didn't want Curt Cignetti then. Nobody wanted Curt Cignetti then. Okay, so get out of here. All right, like you're just a troll. You're a Penn State fan. He's mad, so you started just troll and say stupid crap. Yeah, that's clearly what that is. You're trying to tell me that Curt Cignetti was on our radar in 2021. Please, if he was on their radar, Chesney, because he was right there. He's doing James Matt, but see, they wanted a big time coach, big time Big Ten, right, or whatever that little big time Big Ten for CBS. Well, big time Big Ten ain't for Penn State. They are not big time, because I mean nobody wants that crap. Nobody wants to go there, and I think it's hilarious. James Franklin's just laughing right now as we speak. He's just laughing. So we'll see. I mean, they still could maybe hire somebody to work out. I doubt it. It's getting slimmer and slimmer that their next coach is going to be good. But what are your thoughts on it, Will?
You fired him that early, and I think the reason to fire him that early was to give yourself time to find the candidate you want and to get him signed as your coach for Black Sunday. That's why I'm like, when that happened, I'm like, okay, I get it why they're doing that. They're getting it so they can get their guy Black Sunday, get him signed as their coach. They blew it. They had all of this time to find their right head coach, and they blew it. They now like. What is Bob Kraft thinking? Try to lure Elko away from A&M. You know you aren't going to outspend the oil money merchants at A&M. You know it. So, like, that's just the guy's Kraft, their AD. Like, the guy's an idiot. Like, what was he thinking? Trying to get all like get a coach you can actually get.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, they legitimately thought Curt Cignetti was going to go there. I know they did. I mean, he was the betting favorite to go to Penn State right when James Franklin got fired. And Indiana fans, a few panicked, but most of them are like, no, he's not leaving. And he didn't. Again, he's not Lane. He's not a villain. Plus, he's not 50 or whatever Lane is age. He's 64. Completely different situation. And IU has committed a lot of money to football to be good. So, I mean, Cignetti is content at IU. But when that failed, I'm like, all right, your guy that you wanted, because that's who they wanted, turned you down. Who's your backup? Matt Rule. I mean, and Nebraska giving him an extension, which is just hilarious because that extension was not deserved. I mean, I'm not saying Matt Rule is terrible, but he did not deserve an extension for going 19-18 at Nebraska. Okay, I mean, come on. Granted, I know they were 7-2 or whatever when they did give him the extension, but please. But yeah, I mean, and then after that, it's like, I mean, the fact they thought DeBoer was going to go there. I mean, Penn State fans. I mean, are they crazy? Are they delusional? It's cliche to call a fan base.
I'm not sure it's the fan base. I think the main problem is the delusion starts from the AD. He was the delusion one, and he like brought his delusion onto the fan base.
Well,
I think
that's
a
big
shame. Part of it.
That is a darn shame, Will, because like I hate to see it. Like, it saddens me that they were fooled. You know, they got snowballed is what they, because they have no options. I'm see if I'm pulled up right now. See if there's updated odds right now. Penn State.
Because Jeff Brom was allowed. He turned them down like a couple hours ago. Jeff Brom turned them down.
I'm not surprised. Not surprised. Yeah, that's a December 1st article, so they still got the talkie. Trying to just find the odds. Yeah, all these articles are old. I'm trying to find like current odds.
I know Dable's the favorite. I'm not sure who else. I think the interim's probably up there.
That would
too.
be horrible.
Well, he's not employed, so he can't get a raise from his current job.
Nick Saban urges Penn State to hire Brian Dable. He's a very good coach. He's a bright guy. He's a good recruiter. He relates well to the players. He's a good teacher. He's got a good offensive mind. He'll be able to put a good staff together. Saban listed off. I think that it would be an outstanding hire. Well, I mean, if Nick Saban is saying that, I mean, a lot of stuff Nick Saban's saying is happening. I mean, remember that they claim that Nick Saban, like him and Lane were talking, which what I love is that some people are saying, isn't that a conflict of interest with his ESPN job that he's like giving all this advice or whatever? I mean, I don't know, but I mean, it kind of seems like it's crossing the line a little bit. Like, oh, Lane, go to LSU. Yeah, I don't know. At the end of the day, all these other teams obviously handled it better, firing their coaches because at least they got a candidate. I mean, whether these guys work out or not, everyone thinks Lane's going to work out at LSU.
All right, Jeffrey, I found an article about it from 8 o'clock.
People are 50-50 on Golesh and all that, and some, but nobody's high on Silverfield. But the Penn State job, people are clowning it.
All right, this is from 8 o'clock.
This is
Brian Dable, Terry Smith.
yeah. That a lot of Penn State fans have been.
Josh Heupel.
Heupel's not. He said he was staying. Why they even have that on there? Because he even said like 2 days ago he was staying at Tennessee because he made a comment or something like, "I'm staying where I can win big" or whatever. Something interesting.
So those are the only three.
The wild card with baggage. I mean, that's a pathetic list. It's awful.
Yeah.
I mean, probably their best candidate is Brian Dable.
Mm-hmm.
And that's bad. That's real bad. I would not upgrade Terry Smith because typically those type of hires don't work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Sharon Moore, he's kind of testing that theory right now.
Yeah.
He's the Michigan fan. It's hilarious because I wrote on Twitter and I said Michigan fans are starting to turn on Sharon Moore, and then I had a bunch of Michigan fans say, "Oh, we've already turned on him a long time ago." Yeah, we turned on him a year ago. And I'm like, no, you didn't. You didn't turn on him a year ago. What are you talking about?
Well, some fans turned on him before the Ohio State game, and then they all came back.
Yeah, they came back. They came back. Just like if IU beats Louisville in basketball this weekend, they'll be right back on the DeVries bandwagon tonight. That's how that works. But now it's like, oh, Jeffrey, Michigan fans. Oh, we're anti-Sharon Moore. We've been anti. Okay. I mean, I will say that there were some people that were anti-Sharon Moore getting hired at all. I agree with that. But I mean, it wasn't a substantial community. Most of the Michigan fans were happy because he beat Ohio State. And now that he finally didn't beat Ohio State, the one thing he had going for him is gone. And people are finding out Bryce Underwood ain't worth $10 million, which I said was the case when they got him. So it's kind of funny how all this stuff comes together. You know, like I said, when they fired Franklin, this was dumb and that Penn State screwed themselves. And guess what? They did. And Michigan, you know, getting all I heard from Michigan fans is they got the best freshman of all time. Like Bryce Underwood is going to be like Cam Newton.
They were talking about that he would be Trevor Lawrence, man.
Trevor Lawrence, like all these comparisons, and dude's been trash. I mean, it's not to say he'll never be good. I mean, it took Dante Moore 4 years to be good. Dante Moore was a 5-star freshman. He wasn't nothing until this year. It takes time. Ty Simpson wasn't good until his 4th year of college. So you don't pay a 5-star freshman $10 million out of the gate. You don't do that. You let the dude come to college, earn his chops, start, and then deserve the money then. But yeah, Penn State's a joke. Michigan situation's a joke. But That's hilarious. So everybody, Dable's the favorite for Penn State, and I'm laughing my you-know-what off. That is hilarious. A $5 super chat from Caden. That's a perfect segue here. Jeffrey, I went with Will and D, and Ohio State is going to destroy Indiana. Well, that second part, I could care less. But the first part I'm interested in here, the bet with Will and D. What were your thoughts when Alabama passed Notre Dame?
It's a joke. I'm sorry, it's a joke. Like, there was no reason to move Bama ahead of Notre Dame. No offense, Jeffrey, but you guys were lucky that they fumbled it. You guys were about to lose that game if they didn't fumble it. Or at least they would have tied it.
I agree with you. And the sad thing is I would have posted that sentiment on Twitter and I would have said, hey, I think Alabama should have stayed behind Notre Dame, especially considering we barely beat Auburn. But if I had wrote that, then I would have had the entire Alabama community, including Cherry of Ohio State, telling me that I should just become a Notre Dame fan. So I just refrained from that. But I'm not a Notre Dame fan, and I'm an Alabama fan. And don't have to question my fandom here. But at the same time, I'm realistic. How does Alabama move up a spot for barely beating a 5-6 football team? It was on the road, and Auburn does always play as hard. But I don't really see how that equates to moving up either. Now, if you're looking at the entire resumes, yeah, I think Alabama's resume is better than Notre Dame's. Yes, I do. I think that is better. Notre Dame's best win is over USC, and we've got 4 ranked wins. I mean, and the Georgia win on the road is massively better than anything Notre Dame has done. The flip side, though, is that Notre Dame, their 2 losses are to top 15 teams. Alabama lost to Florida State. The Florida State loss just week 1, whatever. But Oklahoma at home was not ideal either. I don't know. I think Alabama's resume is better than Notre Dame's, but if Alabama, even with the Oklahoma loss, if they felt that they should have been ranked ahead of Notre Dame, then they should have never ranked Notre Dame ahead of Alabama in the first place just to switch them. Because Notre Dame's been ranked ahead of Alabama for 2 weeks now. Until now, we're flipping it. It's not like Alabama beat Auburn by 40 and then Notre Dame beat Stanford by 7. Then you can make, okay. But I don't know. I don't get it. All I know is that even though I've been saying Notre Dame is fine, and I still do think they are fine, yeah. Because that move right there is we're flirting with Notre Dame here. Because Notre Dame and Miami are so many spots apart. Notre Dame is like 3 spots ahead of Miami, even though Miami beat them head to head. We'll shrink that one. BYU beat Tech. Let's shrink that one. Now you got them right next to each other. And then what are they going to do? Miami's in over Notre Dame. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. But it is suspicious that they switched them. Because now Notre Dame's on the edge. They're on the edge. I mean, they're 10. You'd be like, 12 teams, right? The problem is that 2 teams below Notre Dame in the rankings are going to get in. Correct? So you talk about whether it's Virginia of the ACC or if Duke wins, then you get the 2 group of 5s, like maybe James Madison or, your Tulane, Texas or whatever. Those 2 teams would get in. So that's 2. Notre Dame would be the last team in right now in that scenario. And that's not including if BYU beats Texas Tech. Because if BYU beats Texas Tech, that blows this whole thing up. Then that moves Notre Dame out. We don't know what's going to happen with Bama either. If Bama beats Georgia, they're in. If Bama loses to Georgia, are they going to have Alabama out of the playoffs? Are they going to keep them in with 3 losses? Because they value these championship games. Look at SMU. They kept SMU in last year. I understand 2 losses versus 3. It's going to be very interesting. Notre Dame is rooting for Alabama to lose, which I don't want to happen. And you're rooting for BYU to lose. If those 2 things happen, you're probably in. If one of those things happen, you might be in. If both Alabama beats Georgia and BYU beats Texas Tech, you're probably out. And then Caden wins his bet, and that sucks. But I mean, that to me, I could be wrong. Maybe the experts told you different, Will, but that's my opinion on Notre Dame's situation.
I mean, I feel better. I mean, the Vegas odds moved more in Notre Dame's favor making the playoffs, even with all this happening. So that helps me out. But it's a little nerve-wracking. I can't lie.
Yeah.
We can take a look.
It's pretty crazy. I mean, he got the chat going crazy. You know, about the situation, which, I mean, not shocking. But I do appreciate the super chat, Caden. But I did want to talk about that before we get to this basically the real reason we're going live, the conference championship predictions and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I saw that yesterday, and I was like, wow. Because I didn't think Alabama was jumping Notre Dame ever unless they beat Georgia. But they passed them for beating Auburn. And that's wild. I mean, again, Alabama's got a better resume than Notre Dame, but Notre Dame's last loss came a long time ago, and Alabama just lost to Oklahoma. So I didn't think, you know. I mean, you got, again, Dave saying I think Miami should be ahead of Notre Dame. I disagree, man. I don't know how many times I have to say why I disagree, but I disagree. Everybody's looking at that head-to-head result from week freaking 1. Like, it is blowing my mind. Miami lost to 2 mid teams. That, to me, is way freaking worse than Notre Dame losing to 2 top 15 teams. I know they lost to Miami. It was a 1-possession game on the road. Miami should not have lost to Louisville. They should not have lost to SMU. Yeah, that doomed them. But we'll see what happens. I mean, all I know is if Miami gets in the playoffs over Notre Dame, it is going to be a lot uglier than if Notre Dame gets in over Miami, regardless of what all you people think. Even though it seems like 75% of the college football world wants Miami in over Notre Dame just because of stupid head-to-head, trust me, it's going to be a lot worse if they put Miami in, especially considering they've had Miami ranked behind Notre Dame this whole time. I don't agree with this either. I love Dave Valinsky, man. I always love chatting with you. I appreciate you being here. I do not agree with this either. I disagree. BYU, their one game they played of relevance, they got murdered. They got blown off the field. Texas Tech destroyed them. I mean, what's BYU's best win?
Utah.
At home. That's a big difference, too, because Utah at home versus on the road is a completely different team. I would argue that USC is a better win than Utah. I would argue that. I mean, it's nothing against the Big 12, but they don't really have great teams. Utah barely beat Kansas State. So, and that kind of disqualified them. I don't know. Yeah, I think BYU, like, the thing is, if they beat Texas Tech, though, this is the thing. Like, everyone's talking about BYU should be ranked ahead of them. But if they beat Texas Tech, they will be ranked ahead of them. Notre Dame. Maybe not Alabama. If Alabama beats Georgia, they're going to be ranked ahead of BYU. But BYU will be ranked ahead of Bama, Notre Dame, if Bama loses to Georgia and they beat Texas Tech. They'll move into the top 10, and they'll get in the playoffs. Congrats. But they haven't done squat, man. Their schedule outside of that Utah one, they haven't done anything. So, and they weren't even competitive against Texas Tech. That's the problem. It's not like they were competitive in that game. So, I don't know. That's just my opinion. But at the end of the day, we're going to see what happens this weekend. First games to get to. What we got?
We got Troy taking on James Madison for the Sun Belt. I think this is a James Madison. They want to prove their point that they're a playoff team. Of course they're going to be banking on Duke winning, but they're going to have to look good. This can't be a close game. So I'm thinking for the Dukes to put up a 34-7 statement over Troy to make their case as a playoff team if Duke beats Virginia.
Well, Troy don't have John Summerall anymore. Neither does Tulane. And yeah, the spread kind of tells you. I mean, 23.5 is pretty steep. So, I mean, you never know. They could choke because, they want to make the playoffs and they blow it, but I don't think they'll blow it. I'll go. Well, Chesney's staying, right? Like, he's coaching this game, right?
I believe he's coaching, but I mean, I can look.
Yeah, because I know somebody like Lane's lead, like he's gone, but I have no idea. I just know Chesney's gone. He's going to UCLA, but is he gone now?
After the season is over, he will go to UCLA.
Okay, so they'll win. I'll go 35-17. James.
And next up, we got Kennesaw State and Jacksonville State for the Conference USA Championship.
I remember when Indiana beat Kennesaw State, and people were like, Jeffrey, it's Kennesaw State. Well, Kennesaw State ended up being all right. All right. It's kind of funny that Indiana's win over Kennesaw State is a better win than beating Purdue. So that's funny. That is hilarious right there. We're talking about Purdue, the Big Ten. This is a better win. Kennesaw State's better than Purdue. So that's hilarious to me. I actually am shocked Kennesaw State had as good of a year as they did because I know they're new to the FBS, and they were not like an elite FCS, like they were not winning championships like North Dakota State or even being like South Dakota State. I'll go with Kennesaw by 7. I don't know. I mean, I know Jacksonville State is Rich Rod, but he's gone to Western. I mean, Jacksonville State's doing decent. I don't know who their coach is now.
It was I think the guy was a DC at Florida State under Jimbo. I forgot the guy's name. Charles Kelly, I think his name is. I think it's Charles Kelly.
Okay. I'll go Kennesaw 31-24.
So this is a rematch of a game Jacksonville State won, but Kennesaw State had 4 turnovers to Jacksonville State's 0 turnovers. So as long as Kennesaw State doesn't turn the ball over a whole bunch, they should be able to pull this one out. So I'll go 24-20 Kennesaw State.
This game's going to be tough to predict right here. North Texas and Tulane. This one could truly go either way. And it's crazy to me that South Florida did not make this game.
They choked a Navy.
As good as South Florida was this year, and they were actually good, they didn't make it.
Choked a Navy and went up to Annapolis, laid an egg. So I feel like Tulane, like they're not playing that great. Like they've been winning close games against like the mid-tier teams in the American, like winning close against Temple, winning close against UTSA. And that North Texas offense with Mesta, how do you guys say? Mestamaker?
Mestamaker.
Yeah. And his throwing. I mean, I just don't know if they're going to be able to keep up with North Texas in this game. So I'm going to go North Texas to win 48-31 over Tulane.
Yeah, but what about the coaches?
Are both coaches not coaching? I can look.
Well, Summerall's gone, and Eric Morris is gone. Eric Morris is going to Oklahoma State. Summerall's going to Florida.
The coaches will be coaching in the game, although they are leaving for new jobs.
Yeah. So Tulane has been here before. And they've had key moments, man. Like, obviously they beat USC that one year, which that was with Fritz, but still, they've been very competitive the last 5 to 6 years. And they got the dude from BYU that got kicked out, Retzloff, and he's had a good year. But I do agree that they've had a lot of close calls, I guess. But it's a little bit telling that, Tulane is ranked ahead of him despite having, one more loss. I know that it's because Tulane has been better. Like when you have like that consistency of being solid, then you're going to get more benefit of the doubt. Kind of like Boise, Boise, Tulane, stuff like that. So North Texas, I know they're great on offense, but I know they give up a lot of points too. Defensively, they give up a lot of points. They're kind of like they're almost like the Group of 5 version of the old Big 12. How those Big 12 games, like Oklahoma State, would be like 63-50. I mean, they put up a lot, man. The best the Bagger did, it's like 600 yards in one game, but I know they give up a lot of points. I don't know. I mean, I haven't really watched either team at all. I guess I'll just go with North Texas by 3. I almost went with Tulane, but I mean, I don't think Tulane put up 50. And I don't know if, I mean, unless their defense is really good. I'll go with North Texas to win 41-30.
And we got UNLV and Boise State. The third straight year these teams are meeting for the Mountain West Championship.
This is interesting. I'm actually shocked Boise made the game because, you know, they had the ugly loss early, and I know they lost some games in conference. So at 8-4, they made the championship game.
Feel bad for New Mexico that it was like a tiebreaker that they didn't get in. But there's like 4 teams at 6-2 in the Mountain West.
I don't like all those tiebreakers. I think it's terrible, but whatever. The conferences were smaller. All the teams played each other. So, you know, Dave Walensky, appreciate the $4.09 as the super chat. Why is Duke, Alabama, and Miami of Ohio playing in the conference championship? The tiebreaker is a joke. The problem is, and I've said this before, is that the conferences are too big.
Mm-hmm.
You shrunk the conferences back down, and all the teams played each other. You would not have these tie-breaking scenarios. The tie-breaking scenarios is because you've got these 14 and 16 and 18 team leagues. They got rid of divisions. That's why you got all these tiebreakers. It's stupid. The tiebreakers is dumb. But you got to have the tiebreakers because we don't have any divisions, and all these teams don't play each other, so you have a bunch of teams that go 6-2. It's dumb, but I do appreciate the super chat, Dave. And again, I'm 100% with you on this. Disagree with a couple, things you said earlier. I'm 100% on board with this. You're right. I do not like the tiebreaking stuff. It's crap. But you know what, man? I mean, Boise's been trashed, but UNLV's not that good either. Like they're 10-2, and Dan Mullen did good. But you remember early in the year, right, when they were barely beating like State, and like even later on down the line this year, they just had a lot of games. Like I would flip them on a couple of times on CBS Sport Network at late at night, and they just didn't look all that good. So I'm gonna go with Boise to win 31-24.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you. Just the Smurf turf. I mean, both teams aren't like that good this year, but I do think the Smurf turf home field advantage will leave Boise to a 27-24 win.
Yeah, and now moving on to the big games here on Saturday. This is your team that you're trying to tell me should be ranked ahead of Alabama and Notre Dame. You're trying to tell me that Alabama and Notre Dame would play at Texas Tech and they'd be a 12.5-point underdog? Really? No. Alabama at Texas Tech would be almost a pick 'em. Texas Tech would maybe be favored, but it'd be very close. Very close. BYU is a 12.5-point underdog. Again, for all you BYU lovers out there, and I'm not an anti-BYU guy. I like Sataki fine. I got no issues with BYU, but you want to make the playoff, win the game. It's right in front of you. It's right there. So we'll see. It's laughable to me, people arguing about BYU, because all they have to do is win this football game. Like Notre Dame and Miami, there's nothing they can do about getting in or not getting in. They're done. They're so right. So we can argue about Notre Dame, Miami. We've been for weeks, and it's annoying, but we're doing it. BYU, all you people arguing about BYU, stop arguing about BYU. Watch this game. Hope and pray BYU wins. They win, then your beloved BYU Cougars are in the playoffs. You've got no problems here. You just got to beat a team that 12.5-point underdogs to, and they're not going to win. Texas Tech's going to win 38-17. It's going to be another blowout. So there you go. We'll see. Maybe BYU wins. We'll see it.
Yeah, I was going to say 38-14 Texas Tech. Like we saw this happen in Lubbock. It's probably going to happen again.
Close.
Yeah, it's not going to be.
I watched the first game, man. It was ugly. And this game's in Texas as well, which is going to really favor Texas Tech. I know there will be BYU fans there, but BYU is a much different team at home. Much different team. So I don't know. I just think it's funny. I mean, I am trolling a little bit, but BYU has their opportunity to get in the playoffs. they have to do is win. I just don't see it.
Well, I expect this team next game to be a bit closer. We got the MAC championship between Miami of Ohio and Western Michigan.
I almost feel ashamed, and I almost feel now obligated to at least watch a little bit of this game because I did not watch a single second of MAC football this year. I'm on defense. I really haven't had the ability to. This is always on at an inconvenient time for me this year, but it is what it is. But I didn't watch a single second of MAC football. That's unreal. Every year I at least turn it on once a year. I didn't watch a single second. So enlighten me, Will, on these two teams if you know anything.
So DeQuan Finn he was Toledo, then Baylor, then to Miami of Ohio. But he quit mid-season. But he quit mid-season just to prepare for the NFL draft. And I'm like, man, are you
Are you kidding me right now? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my. Oh. Okay, now I'm reading Dave's comment in chat, and I'm going crazy as well.
They tried out another quarterback and he was bad, and then this next quarterback that they've had the last few games has thrown 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. So Goskowski, so he's been decent.
Well, I also see Brock Lowry for Western.
So Lowry is starting for Western Michigan. He's a starter for Western
Indiana quarterback.
Oh, he was at Indiana. All right. So
he committed. I think he was there a year as a redshirt.
Yeah. So he's the starter for Western Michigan.
There's a lot of ex-IU quarterbacks out there, man. Sorsby, Lowry, Haven Jackson. You had Jack Tuttle for years.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny. You know what, man? I'm going Western Michigan with Brock Lowry. I'll go them by 3. I'll go 27-24 Western Michigan.
Yeah, I'll back you on that one. Western Michigan, they have the best defense in the MAC, so I think they'll be able to get some stops on. Not the starter for Goskowski, not Quinn, so it's not fit.
Here we go. Back
Georgia, Bama.
Big time matchups that I've got major interest in. Mm-hmm. Alabama. The team that Georgia cannot beat. Mm-hmm. The team that everybody thinks Georgia's going to beat now. I can't say, that I blame people for thinking that, even though Ohio State's actually saying the opposite in chat, which is crazy. But I know a lot of people are backing Georgia this time around. And I don't blame people for that because, Georgia's been on a tear. Since they lost to Bama and outside the Florida, whatever the flip that was, they've been looking good. I mean, Georgia's been playing very well. I can't trash them anymore outside of their off-the-field problems. But on the field, they look bad early. But we all know Georgia's playing very well. So much so that there's people out there saying, yeah, Georgia should be ranked ahead of Indiana now. So, whatever. But Alabama, between the Florida State and Oklahoma games, looked great. South Carolina, between the Florida State and the South Carolina game, they look great. Since that, they've looked horrible. I mean, against Auburn, South Carolina, Oklahoma, didn't look good. The issue is Alabama, everybody's trying to say that if they lose, they'll still make the playoffs, which is possible. I don't know, though, man. I think there's a shot they get left out, depending on the result. Like, they got to be competitive, man. If it's a nail biter, like down to the wire, then Bama's in probably. But if they get blown out, I think that Georgia, will knock Alabama out of the playoffs. Like, I know people say, it's a loss to them, but I want to hear your prediction. I've got mine, but I want to hear your prediction, Will. I want to see if you're back in Georgia, you trust Kirby to finally beat Bama again, or do you think Bama will get it done again?
I just can't trust this Bama team, man. And I think Kirby, I trust Kirby a bit more over DeBoer, especially with the rematch. I think that Georgia's just he'll be able to correct some of the stuff. So I'm gonna go. Also, I think my heart kind of needs Georgia to win this game as well.
Come on, man. That should be an excluding factor. That should be an excluding factor, man. Come on. So
I'm gonna
go ahead.
I'm gonna go Georgia to win 27-14 over Alabama.
Not even close? Okay. Well, the thing that's cracking me up, Will, my rebuttal to that is how you said you trust Kirby Smart over DeBoer when Kalen DeBoer is 2-0 versus Kirby.
Well, in a rematch to make the adjustments, that's why I said that.
All I heard. Now, once Saban was gone, Georgia was going to own the SEC. There's no way Alabama would. DeBoer is 2-0. 2-0 against Kirby. I agree, Alabama not looking that good. And I know we got some injury problems. We got Cuevas and Jam. Kirby's an expert at close games, except Bama, though. Except Bama. Alabama knows they need this game. Georgia don't need this game. They're in anyway. They're fine. They are safe. You'd argue it'd be better for them if they lost, right? Because they get the first, they wouldn't get the first round bye anymore, but they get the home game, probably maybe an even easier path. Kind of like how when Penn State lost, to Oregon, they had a good path. Oregon didn't have a good path. It'd almost probably be better for Georgia if they lost, which I know Georgia fans would be laughing at me if they heard that. I'm just saying they could be better. It's all about matchups, man. Alabama knows they need this game. Alabama owns Georgia. And until they can't own Georgia anymore, I am backing Alabama to beat Georgia. Because I've Georgia so many times to beat Bama. And Bama just keeps beating them. So I'm going Alabama. Alabama's going to win 27-24 in Atlanta. And Alabama's making the college football playoff. And Notre Dame's still making the college football playoff.
All right.
Virtual high five. We're both getting in. But Alabama's getting in, dadgummit. We're not losing to Georgia.
And then the other game that Jeffrey wants to have, Indiana and Ohio State. I know Jeffrey probably wants this one the most because he wants to finally knock Ohio State off their perch.
The euphoria that I would feel, man, dude. It's kind of like how Iowa fans still use 2017 Nate Stanley, and Purdue still uses 2018 Rondell Moore. Yeah, all right. Indiana and Ohio State, the talent gap is so wide. It is so wide. It is unfathomably wide. Oregon had a massive talent advantage, and Indiana beat them. So it's not impossible. Indiana can win this game. If Kurt Signetti even had a fifth of Ohio State's 5-star players, I think Indiana would beat Ryan Day easily. That's how good of a coach I do believe that Kurt Signetti is. The problem is that he doesn't have that. I love Indiana's team. I love their players. This is a really good football team. It is such a well-coached team. But Ohio State, at the end of the day, man, their talent advantage.
We're only 4-point favorites against Indiana. It's possible. The Vegas is saying it's very possible.
It is possible. Indiana can win. And again, the amount of euphoria that I would feel if Indiana did win, I don't know, man. I mean, it would be almost up there as Alabama knocking off Georgia in the national championship game with Tua's throw. The long throw to Devontae Smith. That's like the most euphoric moment ever, right there. As a sports fan, Alabama win that game was incredible. I was so happy. I've got some great basketball moments too, obviously with Carolina, but I mean, I've had euphoria as a fan. You know what I'm talking about, that feeling of just immense. You know what I'm saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
It would be there if IU won. It would be incredible. I would be so freaking happy, but I can't do it, man. I believe they can win. I really, really do believe they can win. But if I pick them to win and they don't, you know what's going to happen. So I'm going to go with Ohio State to win 31-24. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm so freaking wrong. I want to be wrong. Dude, we'll see. IU's got a chance. I think they're going to be a lot more competitive than last year. Even though last year's game, the score was a little bit bloated, IU was a lot more competitive than that. IU can win this game, but they just don't have the talent, man. They just don't have it. They have great players, but Ohio State is just great everywhere, man. The talent is insane. Ohio State's going to win. Cignetti's still a better coach, but IU is not going to win. Cignetti's going to fall just short.
I have a weird feeling that IU is going to win. I don't know why. Like, I have a feeling that IU is going to win. I don't know why. It's just a feeling. Like, Ohio State's going to be overconfident, like they were with Michigan. I don't know. I mean, Ohio State's they're not as complete because the run game isn't as good as last year, but the defense.
The thing that would be great is even if IU lost this game, somehow like Ohio State gets bounced to the playoffs and IU can go to the championship game.
Mm-hmm.
That would be great. But again, Ohio State, man, it's just a complete.
I just can't pick against Ohio State in these games, though. I'll go 27-24 Ohio State. I could be wrong, though.
They're great everywhere. Like, I know the run game, but it's like you've got. I mean, Sayan's got the best receivers out there, and their O-line's good, and their defense is great. I mean, Reese, IU's O-line's going to have an issue with that dude. I mean, like, that ain't Ryan Day out there. Oh, my God, Ryan Day is just, he's a great coach, man. Well, Reese is just freaking – that dude's going to just bowl over the O-line. Mendoza's going to be running around. He's not going to be sitting back there like Sayan is all day, like Mac Jones 2020. And trust me, I even said that as an Alabama fan. Mac Jones 2020, that dude didn't have to do squat. He was just standing back there all day. Mm-hmm. Mendoza's not going to have that. And when Mendoza's pressured, he does throw interceptions sometimes. So, I think there's going to be a mistake or two by IU. Ohio State's too talented, man. It's not the coaching. I'm not saying Ryan Day's bad coach. I'm not saying the entire team got bad coaches. They got good coaches. They're getting paid a lot of money. But their team is just too freaking good. It's just too good. I mean, they got like 6 to 7 players that are going to get drafted in the first round. Indiana doesn't have a single player outside of Mendoza that's going to even sniff the first round. They got guys that are going to get drafted. Surratt. But, I mean.
Surratt might be first.
Surratt was literally a – you know his story, right? He was a D2 player.
Mm-hmm.
He was a D2 player. The thing is, discredit Day all I want. I will discredit him all I want because I think that he is an overrated coach. But at how far is he overrated? He's got the best players in the sport. He wins all his games. It's by default. Like, there's not one game this year they should have lost. So if he had have lost the game, then Ryan Day would be getting called to be fired. So it's like he did everything that he was supposed to do. I just wish that we could have seen Ryan Day coach a non-elite team. That's why you can give Urban credit. Because he built Utah up. And he had all the success at Florida. And then he had all the success at Ohio State. You can give Saban credit for doing it at Michigan State. I don't sound stupid. Ryan Day is not the best coach in college football, and he never will be, as long as you live. He is not the best coach in college football. He is a good coach, but we have no evidence to prove what he could do without 4- and 5-star players at every freaking position. It's not. He's never done it. He's never had to do that, and he never will. Because he's probably not going to get fired at Ohio State unless he somehow loses 3 or 4 games in a year, which is practically impossible when you have the best roster in college football every single season. It's just not possible to lose. That's why when he lost the 2 games last year, he was getting called to get fired. And then they turned it around, won the whole thing. So that's why he's fine. I mean, do you think Ryan Day is the best coach in college football, Will? Do you think he's the best coach in college football? No. There is not anyone in the sport besides Ohio State fans that think that Ryan Day is the best coach in college football. There's not one fan. There is not one non-Ohio State fan that thinks that he's the best coach in college football. There's not How is that possible? How is he the best coach in college football when every single person in college football outside of Ohio State fans think the same thing? I'm not an anomaly here. And again, thank you, Ohio State. I agree as a diehard Buckeyes fan that Ryan Day is not the best coach in college football. Saban was a better football coach.
Saban built Bama up. Like, Bama was not in a great position when Saban got there.
I'm sorry. I mean, we have no evidence to prove.
LSU was not in a great position when Saban got there.
If Ryan Day left Ohio State, coached Virginia Tech, turned them into elite, and then went back to Ohio State and did it again, then I would say, yeah, I think Ryan Day is the best coach in college football. But I can't say that. It's not because I don't like Ohio State, whatever. It has nothing to do with it. It's not because I don't like Ryan Day. It has nothing to do with that. Well, okay, all right. You get semantics here. There's actually like 348 million people in America, but that's semantics as well. 300 million is a rough estimate. So my statement of every single one is a rough estimate. It's not an actual statistic. I'm never going to talk to every single American in college and a college football fan or every single American. That's not going to happen. Nor would I want to. That would make my brain hurt. But I'm just saying that is not. It's just not the case. That basically the vast majority. I guess we have to preface every statement and just say the vast majority or over half or the minority or whatever. Most people in college football do not think Ryan Day is the best coach. And there is a lot of evidence to suggest that. A lot of evidence. I mean, again, you love your coach. I'm glad you do. I'm glad that Ohio State fans are no longer on the fire Ryan Day train because it was nauseating last year. Great. But he's not the best coach in college football. He's not. And the only way that you would ever hear that come out of my mouth is if somehow dude wins 3 or 4 national championships probably in a row or at least in a 5-6 year span. And even then, I still might not say it. He has to do a lot. The standards are that high. When you're at the best program in college football right now, and they are, they're better than Bama, better than Georgia, best program, you have to do that. It is the standard. If Ohio State does not win a national championship, it's disappointing. So I think that is Ryan Day's problem. That's why he cannot prove that he's the best coach, because he's got the best players, because he has the best staff. Saban, to Will's point, had to build it up. DeBoer is not elite.
No.
Right now. No, he's not. So, yeah, thank you. The Ohio State is so freaking based right now. It is unreal. It's such a good take, man. We are blessed, but also spoiled with so much talent. Thank you. Thank you, man. Yes, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just you have to live with the fact that everybody is going to clown on your team every single day because, well, you're supposed to win. You are. Again, Ryan Day lost 2 games last year, and fire Ryan Day. You remember, Will?
Mm-hmm.
When Michigan, it was over, man. But
it was over for him.
It looked over, man. The betting odds were favoring him to get fired, and then he won it all. So, I don't know. I cannot say he's the best coach.
He had 10 wins at Michigan State.
Saban made Michigan State better. It's called a joke. It's a joke statement, man. So, we're not political here. But my point is that Ron Day's
Jeffrey, I have a question for you.
And that's it.
Would you bet on Ohio State winning, or would you bet on someone else winning right now if you had to? Ohio State or someone else?
I don't know. I mean, probably Ohio State.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who else? Who you got? Georgia? I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're beatable. But I don't know.
All right, Duke versus Virginia.
Well, this game's hilarious because I mean, we already know the scenario. If Duke gets in, then you're going to have the ACC excluded. So, I don't know. I mean, Virginia is one of the worst ranked teams probably ever. I I mean, I'm sorry, but, I'm probably going to have people hating on me for that too. Yeah, I think the problem with a lot of the stuff that I say on here that just makes people go crazy is because a lot of it's correct, but it's just so bluntly said that it's frustrating. Like, me saying the ACC sucks makes people mad, even though everyone agrees with that. Like, I'm not sitting out here saying completely outrageous takes here. Like, it's not like that I said Ryan Day is not a top 50 coach in college football. It's not like I'm saying that. I just said he's not the best coach in college football. And I don't have to name who the best coach in college football is. I don't. I'm not going to do that. Literally. So, like, at that point, what are we doing here? And the other side of the coin is that I am wrong about a lot of stuff. And when I am wrong, then I say that I'm wrong. But I have to be given proof that I am wrong for me to say that I'm wrong. And you can't give me proof that Ron Day is the best coach. You can't give me proof that the ACC doesn't suck when this is your championship game. Sorry. It's the way it is. This is a horrible league. And I know people said Miami should have been able to force their way in, but they didn't deserve to be in, dude. They lost the games. I mean, honestly, I kind of hope Duke wins, to be honest. I just want to see it. I want to see the ACC. I want to see him put the playoff committee in a conundrum. So, I'm going to let you pick.
I mean, Virginia won 34-17 against Duke at Duke, so it's just hard for me. That's such a wide margin of victory for Virginia. Like, I think it would be funny if Duke won, but I think it's more likely Virginia wins. So I'll go 34-20 Virginia.
All I know is Virginia beat North Carolina because Bill went for 2. I mean, I still cannot get that out of my head. Virginia beat North Carolina because Bill went for 2. So we're supposed to rely on this Virginia team who beat North Carolina by 1. 1. North Carolina is not a good football team. And the Diesel Freak coming in with a $5 super chat. Will indeed cries about Notre Dame being in the playoffs every year.
But he will not let that go. That I cried when Notre Dame lost that game against Ohio State because of the 10 men.
It hurt, man. I mean, I was rooting for you, man.
I was crying on that post game show. Oh my gosh,
it's okay. Like it is okay. Everybody has a weak moment, man. It's all good. I mean, Ohio State fans had a weak moment when they lost to Michigan 4 times in a row, but they're fine now. It's all good. Everybody has a weak moment. Bean, he's called people a lot worse. We like Caden around here. I mean, Caden's a troll. Caden's, barely anything he says makes any sense, but he's right every now and then, and we appreciate his support. He does give very entertaining phone calls when I drop the link on Saturday nights. I mean, you got to give the Duke credit. He's good at what he does. He's good at what he does. But yeah, we all have weak moments, man. I mean, it's like me on these streams. I mean, I try to stay composed per se, but like sometimes you get riled up when you're passionate about something. I mean, like what's the point of talking about this crap if you're not passionate about it? There's no point. Like that'd be like just being on here and me and Will are like, yeah, I think Virginia's gonna win. That's it. I mean, it's not interesting. It's not interesting at all if you're that boring. Like you like the zest, the spice. Like I don't know. I mean, me saying these two teams suck is a lot more interesting than saying that both of these teams are not that strong. It's funnier that way. But yeah, I mean, we all have weak moments. Get upset about something. You get frustrated about something. I mean, I think 99% of human beings out there, because I guess we can't say 100% about anything. When you stub your toe on the corner of a wood bench, I think that's going to make you get mad and maybe some tears are going to come out of your eyes if you really stubbed and it's bleeding. And you know what I'm saying? Like that's just what human beings do, man. We all have emotional feelings. If I was an Ohio State fan and I had this guy talking about Ohio State, then I'd probably be like, go sit in the corner. You suck. I probably would be. but I'm not an Ohio State fan. So it's like, that's why I'm like, Ryan Day's not the best. I mean, again, it's college football. Ryan Day's probably going to beat IU again. Cool. Good for him. Virginia, you've almost convinced me to pick them, though. But I think both teams are trash. I still think Virginia is trash. Like, they are trash. But Duke sucks, though. I mean, the funny thing about it is all the Miami fans out there, they're saying if they played in this game, they would win by like 21. And I'm like, you lost to Louisville at home. So 24-23 Virginia, just whatever. I don't know. I want to pick Duke, but I think Duke's trash as well. So I guess Virginia, but I really wouldn't spit for the difference. I'll be rooting for Duke. Well,
Cignetti
is asking who you think the best coach in college football is. I mean, I think Cignetti's got a great case because of the fact that he took a program that has never won a thing, and they're doing what they're doing. But still with full talent. I mean, they have 7 4-stars. I mean, there's a lot of coaches that have double and triple the amount of that are not even going 6-6, 7-5 on a regular basis. That's why they're getting fired as well. I mean, Kirby, but I don't know. Kirby, I mean, I really don't know. I mean, if you're going to go off success and you're going to go off big program, it's Kirby, I guess. It pains me to say that as well because I really don't want to pick Kirby.
Well, the best coach, in my opinion, when you say best coach, it's the best. It's like if you like having a coach take over a crap team like Auburn, who would you pick out of any coach in the country? And I would pick Chris Cignetti to.
See, my thing is that I would love to actually see it. We'll never see it, but I would love to see Ryan Day take over. And I've said this about Saban. I made Alabama fans, man. You remember this? Will, I had that argument with Austin a long time ago about Colorado. He argued that if Nick Saban went to Colorado and coached that Colorado team that went 0-12 that year, 1-11 or whatever, that really bad team a few years ago, that he would win 7-8 games with them. With those,
do you think he could make a bowl game with that team?
No, I don't. That team was bad. Like, legitimately awful. I disagree. I don't even know if Kurt Cignetti could do that. I really don't. That team, all those players sucked. All those players are at like FCS and D2 and crap now. They're horrible. So I don't know. I mean, it's just such a tough thing. I mean, if Ryan Day became the head coach of Indiana in 2024 after Tom Allen got fired, could Ryan Day get even close to what Cignetti's done? Again, it's a question you can't answer. Would Saban have done that? That's what's so frustrating, because my whole argument is that these coaches that are winning and winning and winning with all this talent are in situations that are too good for them to fail. That's my argument. And my rebuttal is that question, but it's a question that can't be answered because Ryan Day is never going to be the head football coach of Indiana pre-Cignetti. He wouldn't be the coach of Indiana right now. So that they're better, because I mean, now Indiana's got traction. So it wouldn't be as an impressive of a turnout. So I don't know. Yeah, Kate, I don't think Jackson begs on his Twitter, but I could be wrong. I mean, I don't know everything he's ever tweeted, but I don't typically think he begs.
He asked people to watch his stuff, but I wouldn't say beg.
Well, I mean, that's not what he was talking about, though. I don't think. What was he talking about? He said Jackson's begging Alabama Saban. See, he's never said that. We know he's not coming back. Plus, there's a lot of people that ask people to check their shows out. I mean, I've done it a couple times, but I just hope people want to check it out. I mean, that's just the way it is. If you guys have a great time, definitely appreciate it if you check out the show. Leave a sub, like, all that stuff. But I just appreciate you guys for being here. Well, I mean, that wraps up the conference championship preview.
Do you want to take a look at National Signing Day, how the rankings ended up?
That sounds good. Who is the better coach, Kiffin or Cignetti?
Cignetti's accomplished more at...
Cignetti's won better statistically.
He's made the playoffs twice. Kiffin's only made the playoffs once.
Cignetti's also never been fired. I mean, that's a major advantage. I mean, I think Kiffin's elite, but Kiffin has been fired. Plus, also there are 2 fan bases that loathe him. Well, 3. So, I mean, Cignetti, I mean, outside of some salty JMU fans, I mean, that, I don't know.
All right.
Cignetti, but I mean, Kiffin's going to win more at LSU probably because he's going to get all the talent down there. So, people say Kiffin's better. But, I mean, again, if you're just going to base a coach all on talent then that they acquire because of the money that they have, then I don't know what we're doing here. I mean, Lane Kiffin's going to get better players at LSU. Is he suddenly a better coach at LSU than he was at Ole Miss? No, it's because he's going to get better players because LSU's paying $100 million for their fired coaches right now. They're a laughable program. I guess that's my opinion as well. I don't know. It could be wrong.
So we got the rankings cut up here, and top 3 non-SEC programs, which is a bit surprising.
Well, I mean, the Big Ten has been doing very good in NIL because of media, and yeah, I mean, a little bit shocking, but I mean, that media rights deal of the Big Ten's crazy, and they got a lot of big donors. I mean, obviously Oregon, we know why Oregon gets players, right? Mm-hmm. Right, and all that. USC, I mean, they said they're really backing Lincoln Riley right now. They're hoping that this recruiting class will be able to turn them around. Mm-hmm. The freshmen don't really play much, right? So, I mean, that vaunted freshman class Billy Napier had, that never got realized. Mm-hmm. Never. I mean, Notre Dame's got a good class. Good for Freeman. I mean, the impressive about Alabama's class is the fact that they only have 20 commits. So they have a lot of highly ranked dudes.
Texas down at 11. Oof.
Yeah, the fans gonna call for Sark to get fired for that. Washington at 15. Washington at 50, above Oklahoma. Look at Bill at 40.
Bill!
40 commits, man. 40. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Rich Rod. Iowa. Franklin. There it is. Look at that. See, I mean, Cignetti, I mean, he's trying, dude. He's getting some players, but 31. I mean,
31's too low. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like, IU is up the NIL. IU is up all the, the money. It's all about the money, right? And they're still at 31. Like, I had a bunch of people in chat tell me the other day, they're like, oh, I thought IU would have had a top 15, top 20 class. It's like, they probably should. But this is who he's been working with, though. 3 stars, 2 stars, barely 4 star. I mean, there's no way that he's going to be able to keep up this level of success if this is the best he can do at IU with recruiting. Yeah, I mean, it's just flat out. I mean, that's got to go up.
BB, Notre Dame would be going 10-2 every year with that Georgia schedule, man. I'm telling you, like, Notre Dame's a team that gets better as the year goes on. So,
see, look at Steve instead of setting up the excuses. I mean, you think Ryan Day would have a top 20 class in Indiana or DeBoer or Kirby? No. I mean, All I know is that Signetti is going to have to find a way to be able to get higher classes. I don't know. I mean, 31's better, but I'm a little disappointed by that.
Well, there we go. We got our conference championship predictions.
The chat is going completely crazy at 99% of what I've said tonight, which is hilarious. I don't know. It's just been one of those shows, man. I mean, people are tense, right? You know, Christmas is coming up, championship games are coming up. People are wanting their team to make the playoffs, so it's very tense right now. But all I know is you just got to win. I predicted Alabama to win and Indiana to lose, and hopefully at least one of them win. So we'll see. Yeah, and the Ohio State saw Vandy, and Vandy's not going to make the playoffs either at 10-2. So that's crazy, right? Like you're talking about a 10-2 SEC football team is not going to make the playoffs. Shocking.
All right. Chat's going crazy still, but we're gonna call.
I know, I'm serious. Like we literally could probably go silent for like 20 minutes, and the chat would still just be going at it, man. I mean, we started a war. Oh man, I mean, you've got classic Caden just trolling, and then you've got Steven, and then Godfather, V Ohio State, Bean. I mean, it's great. Like I appreciate you guys so much. You guys are just going at it in chat. It's great stuff. I'll be back soon. You know, obviously, probably Saturday night I'll go live. Obviously tomorrow night, Alabama with the voice of college football. It's gonna be a ton of fun. But I appreciate you doing the show, Will. It was fun. I don't think we have more to cover, but it was a fun show. Got everybody animated and rolling. So Jeffrey's still my guy. You're still my guy, Steven. And good luck to Ohio State. Good luck. I hope it's a great game. But you know how I feel about you, Steven, and all you guys. You guys are great. I love the trolling. You know, I got people mad just because, like, oh my gosh, you know, I say Ryan Jason. It's good stuff. You gotta love it. But I appreciate it.
Don't think Tomlin's going to pick PSU. Don't think he is, but
no way. No way. Dable's more likely. Tomlin's not going to leave the Steelers unless he gets fired. He's not leaving. So.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Appreciate everyone.